Okay, hello guys, my name is Jaydeep Banik and today I'm going to show you how you can install Kali Linux on a Windows 11 by using dual boot method. So what we're going to do is, first we're going to go to any favorite browser. Mine is Google. So I'm going to go to Google and search for Kali Linux. We're going to click on the first link that appears and we're going to click on download. Here you will see a lot of options. You will see installer images, virtual machines, mobile, ARM. But now, since we will be doing a dual boot method, we will be using an installer images. Here, you need to select the 64-bit or 32-bit, or for if you are using a Mac, you will be selecting ARM64. If your RAM is less than 4 GB, then you're going to select 32-bit, else you're going to select 64-bit, and then you're going to click on download. It's somewhere around 4 GBs. So I'm going to click on download and a download will start. It's a disk image file, like it's a .iso file. It's somewhere around 4 GB. You can see that. So the servers are very fast enough, so the download won't take much long, 5 to 10 minutes, max to max. So while it's downloading, we're going to download another software that we are going to use it, which is called Rufus. Again, go to your favorite browser. Mine is Google. Search for Rufus. Click on the first link that appears. Here, scroll down below and you will see a download menu. Here, uh, click on the first link, that is Rufus 4.6.exe. We're gonna cross it and our download should start right now. Yeah, save, and download has been completed, and this is going to take about 3 minutes, so let's wait for it until it finishes. Okay, as you can see, like I'm gonna open it. As you can see, it's where it has been downloaded. It hardly took 2 to 3 minutes. I told you their servers are fast enough. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna launch Rufus.exe. We're gonna double click on it. We're gonna click yes, yes again, and it should open something like this. Okay, so here you need to select device, boot selection. These are the two main things. So for device, I'm going to be using a pen drive. You can use a card. For card, you need to have a card reader. The basic requirement is that the space should be at least 8 GBs or not less than 8 GBs. So I'm going to be plugging in my USB. You will be seeing this. Mine is 32 GBs. And there it is, my ESD USB. So I'm going to close it and say it has automatically detected. Now I'm going to select the ISO file or the ISO image. So the best option is to go to your downloads or where you have downloaded the ISO file and just drag drop it. Sorry, just drag drop it. Drag and drop, and it's gonna scan the image, and you see it's telling you Kali Linux 2024.3 AMD 64.ISM. So it's gonna be a FAT32 file system. You can choose it for it to be NTFS, but I recommend it to be FAT32. Okay, and once everything is done, you're gonna click on start. You're gonna click on OK, yes, and it should start. It's gonna take okay. Another important thing which you're gonna be like, this warning should pop up on your Windows or any other OS you are using. The pen drive or the card that you are using, back up any data if there is on the card or the pen drive, because everything will be deleted. Every data will be deleted on your removable device. So make sure to back up any data that you want to use in the future. So I have no data on my pen drive. So I'm gonna click on OK, and it's gonna take a bit of time, like 10 to 15 minutes. So we're gonna wait for that. Meanwhile, we're gonna do another thing. I'm gonna cross it. We're gonna go to search bar and type in disk format. Here, choose create and format hard disk partitions. So here you need to dedicate a drive for to Kali Linux. You can, as I have, let me show you. I have two drives mainly: local disk that is C drive and my SSD that is D drive. D drive is completely empty. So you need to dedicate a drive for Kali Linux so that when you boot into Kali Linux, the drive will be working on it. So I'm gonna be uh, partitioning my D drive. So you're gonna click on the drive that you want to partition. Mine is D drive. Right click on it and shrink volume. So you need to create a space of around 40 GBs. You need to enter the size in MB. So I'm gonna put a rough figure that is 40,000. I want to put a rough figure around 40,000 MBs, which is very close near to about 40 GBs. I'm going to do a shrink. And here you can see my 39.06 GB of unallocated space will be created. Now you're going to have to wait until this Rufus software does its thing. And remember, while if in the future, if you want to delete your Kali Linux, you have to delete this very partition that you have created of around 40 GBs. Also, your you need to remember the space that you are allocating, because when we will be doing the partitioning for the Kali Linux setup, we have to remember this space because we will be using that space. So let's wait for it to complete. It's currently around in 16.2%, so we have to wait around for 10 to 15 minutes. As you can see, the status has been ready. So what I want to do is close it, and I'm going to close everything because I'm going to shut it down. Remember that when it's shut down, your pen drive should be attached. Okay, don't remove the pen drive or the card reader which you are using. So I'm going to shut it down. It's shutting down and it's completed. Okay, once the your system has been shut down, you will want to restart it. So I'm gonna press restart again and go to your boot settings. So I'm gonna press escape and I'm gonna go on my boot settings, which is F9. Here you will see your Windows boot manager, which is your Windows 11 or the Windows you are using. It might be Windows 10 or 7, and your removable device. In my case, it's showing general flash disk. In your case, it might show removable mass storage device, or the name of your removable device, or the name of your USB, or the name of your card reader, anything. Okay, but the name should be something which signifies your pen drive or your card reader. So once you have found it out, okay, it's for me it's generic flash disk. Select enter. It's gonna make some sound, and here we are on the Kali setup. If you want to just install the terminal, let me focus. If you want to just install the terminal, you're gonna click on install, but we're gonna install the graphical interface as well. So we're gonna go to graphical install and hit enter. Again, when you're doing this, it might show some errors, but it's completely fine. Here it is the language selection. I'm gonna select English, and continue. Here we need to select the location. For me it's India, so I'm going to select India and continue. Now we need to configure the keyboard. I will suggest you use American English to configure the keyboard. Select American English and hit continue. It is going to detect and load and try to install. You can see here it's scanning. Once your loading is done, you need to configure the network. You can configure the network now or you can configure the network later. But I suggest you configure the network now. Here I am connected. I will be connecting to my Wi-Fi, which is this one. I'm gonna hit continue. Here my Wi-Fi is WPA2 PSK. So I'm gonna click that. It's already selected. I'm gonna hit continue again. Here I'm going to enter the password of my Wi-Fi. And continue. I think you people have seen my Wi-Fi password, but by the time the video will be releasing, I will have changed the password again so that anyone can't have access to my Wi-Fi. So now we need to enter the host name. It's already showing HP, so I'm gonna select that only. You can make up some your host name also, but it's completely your wish. For me, it's HP, and I'm gonna click on continue. Here it's asking for domain name. If you want to give a domain name, you can, but I will not give a domain name, so I'm gonna just click on continue. Here you need to give the full name for the new user. For me it's Joydeep Banik, and I'm gonna click on continue. Here you need to set up the username for your account. Here the main thing starts. You need to remember the username and the subsequent password for it for the rest of your lives, because Kali Linux is a very secure OS. If you forget the username or the password, you won't be able to log in again. You need to reinstall Kali Linux all over again. So I suggest you write it down somewhere so that you can remember it. For me, it's Joydeep underscore Banik. I'm going to set that username. Here I'm going to set the password again. Remember the password and the subsequent username for it for the rest of your lives. I'm going to, after you have done it, click continue. Okay, I think I have given a wrong password, like the password did not match. I'm going to retype my password. I think it should be okay now. Okay, there's some problem. I'm going to go back. I'm going to click continue again. Okay, there was some problem, so I hit go back and continue, and I retyped my password, and it has accepted my password and my username. Here it's the main thing. It's going to partition the disk. Here you need to remember the space that you allocated. Here we're going to select on manual because we manually partitioned the disk. Click on continue. Here you need to find the space that is closest to 40 GB. Here you can see 276, 272.6 MB, 16.8 MB. Here you will see 41.9 MB. So select that because this is the closest to 40 GBs. Click continue. Here automatically partition the free disk. Continue. All files in one partition recommended for new users. You're gonna select that and click on continue. Here it's gonna partition the disk, and you can see 40.9 GB something. It's FEXT4. Remember, EXT4 is your Linux, is for Linux, and NTFS, and some if it shows FAT32 like for this one, it's for Windows. So don't uh, mess around with this one, because if you mess around with this one, you're going to get some problem. So select finish partitioning and write changes to disk and click continue. Click yes, continue. It's going to install the base system. Once all the loading and the installing is done, you will find yourself in the software selection. Here you can select the softwares that you need to download for Kali Linux. Here most of the important softwares are already selected. If you want to select Genome and KDE, you can select that, but I'm not going to select because if I need it, I'm going to install it later. Click on continue again. It's going to install. After probably a lot of time, like for me it took around 10 to 15 minutes, your installation will be completed and you will be opted to choose continue to reboot the system. So what I'm going to do is click on continue. It's going to show something like this and it's going to reboot again. Here you see we have installed Kali Linux successfully, because we have 4 options here, which is Kali Linux, advanced options for Kali Linux, Windows Boot Manager, and UEFI firmware settings. If you want to change your BIOS settings or UEFI firmware settings, you need to click this. If you want to change something in Kali, GNU, or the Linux, you need to select advanced options. If you want to boot into Kali Linux, you have to select this option, and if you want to boot into your Windows, you have to select this option. Right now I'm going to show you to boot into Kali Linux, so I'm going to select Kali Linux, hit enter. And here see my Kali Linux has been booted successfully. It's starting up now, and here you need to enter your username and its subsequent password. Click on login, and here it's a Kali Linux. Here is your terminal. An important thing to note that Kali Linux comes pre-installed with Firefox. If you want to install Google, you can install Google from the terminal. Now I am going to show you how to boot into Windows. So click on logout and click on restart. We will be again seeing this menu. Go to Windows Boot Manager, hit enter. It's going to take up some time. An important thing to note is when you are in the Kali Linux setup or when you are using Kali Linux, your touchpad won't work for laptop users. So I recommend using a mouse for it. Here you can see the Windows has been booted successfully. You can see my Windows has been booted. So this was the video. If you find it helpful, consider liking the video and subscribing my channel. Thank you very much.